So you're here because you want to run a faster 5K. Well, in this video, we're going to go through some nutrition mistakes that you should avoid because they'll harm your 5K running, and we'll go through ways to combat them. Lots of videos cover the actual running and training aspects of 5K, but not many give the food side of things much attention, but nutrition is important. If you're new here, then hey, I'm James and I'm a sports nutritionist and triathlete, so love talking all things exercise and food. So the first mistake we're going to cover is not having breakfast before your 5K. By the way, I'm saying breakfast here because most people run a 5K in the morning, but the same thing applies if your 5K is at another time too. You want to eat breakfast before your 5K for a couple of reasons. The first reason for eating breakfast is that when you eat food, specifically carbohydrates in relation to sport, you upregulate the mechanisms for carbohydrate metabolism. So in simple terms, you get better at burning carbohydrates, and that is 100% useful when it comes to running your fastest 5K, because it will be almost exclusively carbohydrates that your body is burning for energy. Being better at burning carbs means more energy available for your muscles, which means you can work harder and run your 5K faster. The second reason is that when you sleep, your body uses carbohydrates stored in your liver as glycogen to continue to put glucose into your bloodstream and give your organs the energy they require. The end result of this is that in the morning, those stores are lower and you can have a transient drop in your blood sugar whilst running your 5K, which can lead to people feeling fatigued before they truly are. Have you ever started a 5K, felt awesome, and then pretty quickly started to feel tired even though you are sure you should be able to hold that pace? Well, not eating breakfast might be the reason behind it, so we don't want that. Now, the obvious solution to these problems is to eat breakfast, so we're going to go through that. But first, we're going to link it to the second mistake when it comes to 5K nutrition, and that is eating too much before your run. I know I've just said to eat breakfast, and you should if you want to go as fast as you can, but you don't need to go crazy. The point of breakfast is to replace the liver glycogen stores that you lost overnight, start increasing your carbohydrate metabolism, and to make you feel good. You don't have to have a massive breakfast to power you through your 5K, because actually, once you've given your body some carbs and replaced your stores, you aren't going to run out of energy during your 5K. If you do go for a big breakfast, then you're more likely to get bloating, diarrhea, or cramps while you're running, and that will definitely worsen your 5K time. The last mistake to cover before we talk about what to eat and how much to eat for breakfast is having food or drink during your 5K. If you have had a reasonable breakfast and a bit of water, then you aren't going to run out of energy, and dehydration is not going to affect your performance. So focus on the run itself rather than holding a bottle or fumbling around with gels or sweets. You can run hard, navigate the twists and turns of the course, and know that nutrition is not holding you back. This actually goes for anyone running a 5K, including if you're trying to go under 30 or 40 minutes. You still shouldn't run out of energy during it. So onto what to eat before a 5K. Your goal is to have something that is carb focused, low fat, low fiber, and low to medium protein. The more time you have between eating your breakfast and your 5K, the more you can eat. But you don't have to eat more just because you're further out from your race. This is the current sports nutrition targets before a race, and you can see there's quite a variation, and honestly, 4 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight before a 5K is quite a lot. As mentioned, you aren't going to run out of energy during your 5K, so what we're really trying to do here is balance out eating enough to feel good and replace our liver carb stores against the likelihood of gastrointestinal symptoms. The whole breakfast thing is quite individual, and some people will tolerate different foods much better than others, so you should experiment to see what works well for you. These are all some possible combinations that you could go for which would fit the bill. Depending on how long you eat before your race, somewhere in the realms of 300 to 600 calories is about the right sort of amount. And as you can see, liquid food is fine, by the way. If you're worried about tummy upset during your 5K, then a carbohydrate-based drink should do you well. If possible, I would suggest having some fruit with any solid food, because fruit contains fructose, which is important because it helps to top up your liver glycogen stores. And if you're having a carbohydrate-based drink, then you can just check the ingredients list to make sure that it contains fructose, so you've got that covered. Now, I would say to eat at least 90 minutes before running a 5K to give your body time to digest the food. Personally, I need at least 2 hours because otherwise my stomach will feel all sloshy and horrible. It's worth trying out different breakfasts to see what you get on well with. It's not a one size fits all, but once you find what works for you, you'll know because you won't get any gastro symptoms and you'll just feel great before and during your run, and afterwards once you smash your 5k PB. So with these tips, you're going to make sure that nutrition is a friend rather than a foe during a 5k. If you found this video useful, then please do give it a thumbs up and press subscribe and the notification icon to stay up to date with all of my content. If you're interested in running something longer than a 5k, perhaps a half marathon, then I've done a video on nutrition guidance for a half marathon, and I've put that next to me here. I cover all the nutrition aspects that you need to know to run your best half marathon ever. Otherwise, have fun with your running, and I will catch you soon.